Boss, we don't have any customers. Our traffic's horrible. What are you doing? What's wrong with our advertising? Fire the agency. Hire an agency. Have you heard that message? Well, that's this week on Think Tank Tuesday. Hi, this is Paul Potratz, and welcome to this week's Think Tank Tuesday. Boy, tell me, have you ever heard that as far as a manager or business owner that we don't have any traffic? What are you doing? We got to get in the TV. We got to get on the newspaper. What are we doing? We have no traffic. If you've heard that, let me tell you what's going on. Think about it. So back in the day, we used to do radio, TV, newspaper, and all those things to drive traffic to the brick and mortar. But now dealerships and businesses across the country are still doing that strategy. I mean, if that's not madness, I don't know what is. I mean, granted, in some markets that will still work, but think about your own habits. What do you do as a consumer? And even when you're not in the consumer mode, what do you do to actually pass time? What are you doing when you're in the bathroom? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? You're on the iPhone, you're on the Droid, you're on the tablet, you're on the computer. What are you doing during the workday? We spend so much time online. So doesn't it make sense to actually start your marketing strategy? In other words, when you're laying out your budgets and your strategy, to say, I'm going to start digitally, because that's where everybody's at. That's where the population of people are at. But the question is, as far as your salespeople, your staff, your sales staff, and they're stressing because they don't have any lot ups. They don't have anybody in the brick and mortar like they should. Well, let me tell you what we're doing for some of our clients across the country. And it's called actionable data. So write that down. Write down actionable data, however you want to pronounce it, data or data. So actionable data, really what I'm talking about is that's your traffic. Those are your ups. Those are the people that are on your website. So you think about it. Back in the day, somebody'd walk on the lot, we'd go, we'd greet them, we'd talk to them, we'd really engage with them, find out what their hot buttons are, we'd show them the vehicle, we'd take them for a test drive, we'd close the deal. So what's changed? Well, your lot is now virtual. Yeah, I know you know that. We all know that. But what can you do to start working with that? Because there's actionable data. With that note, let's break to a commercial, and I'll be right back with all the great facts.
We've not only seen an increase in the people coming in and the leads and opportunities to sell cars, we've seen record-breaking months, including doubling our sales over a year prior to the last few months.
They're really looking at for maximizing my business and also giving me a good return on my investment.
I would highly recommend them to any dealer that I know that's not in my area.
Okay, welcome back. So I said I was going to give you some steps. So actionable data, what is it? Well, somebody comes on the lot, that's actionable data. But somebody that actually comes onto your website, it's actionable data. So we're going to show you a screen here. And on this screen, what I'm really showing you, this is traffic. These are individuals that are on our website. So again, we're doing this for dealers across the country. And what it is, it's tracking code. So we have tracking code on our websites that we can see exactly who is on the website. We can see everything they're looking at. We can see this in real time. This gives you that actionable data. In other words, it gives you insights. More or less, this is a digital customer, which is a real person. And that real person, if they were on the lot, they'd be walking through the lot and they go, oh, let's look at this car. Oh, I like that car. Oh, I like this car. Well, how much are the payments on that? So they're asking all those questions on the lot so you can actually address it. Well, that's what's happening with actionable data on your website. The question is do you have the technology, do you have the tools on your website to be able to see what these individuals are doing and to be able to react? So to get a little deeper here, So what we do is we watch the individuals moving through the website, and we do this with software. We don't have like little people sitting there going, oh, they're doing this, all right, let's do that, let's do that. That doesn't happen. That's not scalable, and it's not affordable. So what we do is we have a software algorithm that watches these individuals at every page that they're clicking. And by the different pages they're clicking on, we're giving them a point here and a point there and 3 points here and 5 points here. Because these individuals, again, and I want you to write that down, actionable data, is they're telling you everything that you want to know. In other words, they're creating a digital body language. They're giving you the buying signals or the tire kickers. They're telling you exactly. We're doing this virtually, doing this digitally. It's much easier when they're on the lot. You can kind of see the look on their face and all that. But truth be told, it's actually much easier on your website because they don't feel like they're being watched, but we're watching. And so as you can watch them clicking through, let's assume for a moment somebody looks at a few different cars and they look at as far as the Toyota Tundra, new one. And then they go to the Toyota Tacoma, new one. And now they do a search in the pre-owned and they start looking at the Tacoma, used one. Now they go over to the certified section and they look at that. Now they go to a payment calculator and they start calculating payments. What did that individual just tell you? They've told you everything you need to know. In other words, they're pretty motivated right now. Let's say that they, on your payment calculator, because for heaven's sake, I surely hope your payment calculator is not just an open calculator right there on your VDP page that they can just calculate it and you can't see what's going on. Hopefully it's a button off of your VDP page so they click over and they go. But now let's go into the payment calculator. So they're calculating the payments, and then below your payment calculator you would have as far as get your trade-in value, get pre-approved for credit. So now they calculated a payment, they click over on the get pre-approved for credit tab, they go to that page, and then they freeze. And they go, I don't know, whatever reason that might be. So with that actionable data, if you scored this individual, in other words, now you could have had them qualified and said, this individual, as far as, let's say, Brian Foss, has scored 75 points. Brian's back there. But anyway, he scored 75 points. So he's shown all of the things, but for some reason he came into, he stopped. Sounds like you've seen this happen actually face-to-face on the lot, right? Of course we have. Same thing's happening online. Well, now you could trigger as far as something to your sales department, your internet department, that they can say, whoa, let's call Brian Foss. Hey, Brian, this is Paul. How you doing? I haven't had the opportunity to actually talk to you personally, but we're going through our database right now. We're just calling, and I just wanted to let you know what's going on at Paul Motors. Blah, 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 blah. And we start a dialogue, a conversation. Keep in mind, Brian is he's on the website right there, and he's going to go, wow, that's pretty crazy. I was just on your website. Really? That is so cool. That's pretty cool. So apparently, is there anything I can help you with? Yeah, I was curious. Da-da-da-da-da. Conversation starts. Match is made in heaven. Brian comes in, and he buys whatever. Maybe it's the CPO, Toyota Tacoma, or maybe he switches. So do you understand what I'm saying with actionable data? With the technology, with the coding that you can have on your website, because the technology is there, what you can do is start generating leads for your sales department. Instead of the sales guys and the sales gals standing around going, oh, where's the traffic? I got to pay for college tuition this month. And they're depending on the walk-in traffic. There's hundreds, thousands of people on your website right now that are shopping. So my question to you is, what is your strategy for as far as salespeople that are working your virtual showroom? Think about that, and think about how you could actually implement this into your strategy. The only problem is boy, you're going to have to hire some more salespeople to be able to handle all that data. So anyway, that's this week's tip. Tune in next week, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching Think Tank Tuesday. Tune in next week for more digital marketing tips from Potrats. To download this podcast or watch previous episodes, search for Think Tank Tuesday on iTunes or visit us online at ppadv.com.